Welcome back to HunkO'Junk Garage. This is my 1998 GMC Sierra, and it spun a rod bearing probably about 10 years ago. So today we're gonna grab a crank out of a donor motor. It's pretty rusty, but it'll do the job. We're gonna clean that up, and we're gonna put new bearings in it and a timing chain, and we're gonna put that back together and drop it back in there. We're gonna attempt a 1,000-kilometer road trip with it, so see how that goes. Well, there you go. It's out on the stand, ready to dump the oil and pull the crank out, put the new one in, new bearings and all that. And hopefully that'll be all it needs. Maybe a new timing chain. Of course my camera cut out, so you missed taking off the cover and the balancer and the loose timing chain. Now we're just trying to get this thing to move enough to get to these two bolts. Okay, we're just going to soak all these cylinders down from both sides. If we can just get it to raise up enough to get to those bolts, it'll be good, but I should spray all these wrist pins, I guess. It looks like it's trying to pull this one this way. Do it some more. That one looks like it will move. It looks like it wants the cylinder to be pulled out a bit, but it's so solid. I don't know if that's going to happen. She is rusted in there good. Let's tip this block up and try and get more oil on the top of that piston. Yeah. Let's play a little game called Clean the Rust Before the Drill Dies. Let's see what happens. Oh, it's heating up. Smells like burnt plastic. Burnt windings. Oh yeah, it's starting to smoke. That's all I got right now. Oh, it's getting hot to the touch. Okay, that'll have to do it for now. We're going to mount a crankshaft in here today and polish the journals on it. Okay. Let's get this crankshaft in here. It'll be a little difficult all by myself here. There we go. Fairly nice safe speed. It's going to be much quicker than doing it on the ground by hand. Alright, the highway is so loud. Had to close the doors. And I found my microphone. Alright, so I cut a piece of 600 grit wet sandpaper to the right size so it'll fit in between. And we're going to use a little bit of penetrating oil, just something light. Okay, we're going to just wrap it around. And then we're going to use a rubber strap. You can use shoelace or string or ratchet strap, but you got to be careful it doesn't get all wrapped up in everything. Well, that's looking pretty nice already. Realized something. Use a little bit of tape to hold that on there. All the way around, back to itself. Now it'll stay on there. Work your string or strap back and forth a bit. Much quicker with a lathe, I can tell you that. Where is the end of my tape? There it is. Yeah, look how beautiful that looks already. Power on. It's probably good enough. Still a little bit of staining there. Should turn it up a little more. Increase the danger factor a little. Yeah, the staining is still there a little bit. I'm concerned about that as much as that little score line right there. You can catch it with your fingernail. We're not done yet. We might have to go a little rougher on that one. Have to go up to 320. There's nothing you can feel anyways. So I'm gonna go on to 600 now. I do plan to go finer, but I don't have that paper yet. So I'm gonna get it all to 600 and move on later. Let's get this party started. Oh, yeah, you gotta make sure you don't have can of WD-40 in the way. Had it sitting right beside this lobe. Oops. Okay. Shall we find out if we can turn this thing around? I think we should. We should be able to. Back up the tailstock way faster. And then we can pull this off and stand it up. Take a look. Now we should be able to mount it that way, no problem. Close this way up. Say about there. Okay. Will that sit in there? Yeah. Okay. Back this tailstock up some more. Okay, get her up there. And the tailstock. Let's orientate that properly. Ow. Things are sharp on this machine. Tighten up the tailstock. Lock it. Okay. Tailstock was too tight. I'm gonna work on these two. This one's the bearing surface, or the seal surface. Pretty good. That'll survive. We are ready to take this thing off and take it over to the engine. There we go. There's my baby. All right, let's get this pan open. Uh-oh, they hear from me? I do have to pull this oil thing off, don't I? Hope there's a reusable gasket in there. I'll have to get a new gasket for that too. Maybe, possibly, probably. Oh yeah, it's got an O-ring. And stiffeners. There we go. Metal paste. Okay. Oh, big chunk of bearing material. Another one in there. Where's our culprit? That one's a little loose. One of these has to be really bad. Oh, I see it. I think it's that one. Let's take this windage tray out. Okay, let's take off the oil pump here. Holding this windage tray in here. Gonna have to flush everything out of here. Distributor's out, so my drive came out along with it. It's this one. It has the most play in it. Well, as you can see, these bearings have been beaten flat and all warped thin from spinning around in there and chewing up the crankshaft. Okay, she's loose. Take this cover off. Yeah, it is plastic. Oh, our timing chain's seen better days. Should have taken the flywheel off this thing beforehand, but I don't do this often enough to remember that. Because I'm going to have to turn this thing, it means I'm going to have to be very careful about where everything is. Although, things kind of screwed anyways, right? There we go. Let me out. Let me out. Let me out. Jeez. What a pain in the butt. You're not really my friend, are you? There it goes. Sure, why not? Spin around this side so I can see it. Okay. All that's because I had to get the flywheel off so I can get these bolts out. Rear main seal. Off you get. I replaced that. I know I did. Now we can let her down. Flip it back over. Move, hoist. Get out of my way. Okay. Right there. Stay. Okay, the mains are already marked for me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there's an arrow on them. That was thoughtful of them. Okay. Ooh, that one's got bad scoring in it. Note to self, plug the camera in. Otherwise, it stops recording. Okay. So, GM has left me with these giant studs, and I can't get a socket on there. Even a deep one. I'm sure there's a special socket somewhere they probably sell for a good amount of money. So now I guess I'm back to wrenches. Hopefully I can break them free. Well, that wasn't too bad. Okay, last cap. Let's see if we can't wiggle this thing out of here. Push all these cylinders to the top of their possible range. I'll get half of them out of the way immediately. Okay. Oh, yep. She's gonna want to come out. There she comes. There we go. Mission accomplished. Now to get the new one back in there. That's gonna be the fun part. We gotta try and get all this crud out of here. Clean everything up real nice. Okay, time for new bearings. Oh, looks like I'm missing one. Where'd that little devil go? All right, we got our bearings all in, and we're gonna put some assembly lube on them, just on the mains, because we want to plastic gauge the rod bearings, and then we can assembly lube those after. Now, can we get the crank in here without flipping the engine all the way over, because we got a bolt in the way, and this thing is top heavy right now with the way it's adjusted. I'll have to reset everything. So we're just gonna see if we can get it in there or not. Okay, time to find out if this is doable. So, put it in this way, then we have to fight. What's going on back there? It's one bearing. It might work. If I can get that one in there. Let's get that bearing in there, and then this one. Yep, it's gonna be that one. Gotta go up too. So if that's in there, that's in there. All right. On. Good. Number one cap started. Okay, that'll hold it so I can plastic gauge all this, make sure it all fits right, and then I can put the seals on the front and back and the timing chain and all that across the cap like so. Okay. Squished out pretty flat. It's a good sign. Because that one then would be 1.5 thou. Sweet. I think we're going to be just fine. It's just not quite big enough. It's time to do something totally boring. Put a little bit of oil in there. My exploded can. Reverse. That's away. Oh. Alright, let's do an autopsy on this oil pump and see if it survived, because I know some junk has gone through it. Like a fine paste in there. That's not too troubling, as long as there isn't big chunks. Scored gears or any. Oh, those gears look pretty nice. Scratch right there. A couple scratches. Nothing I'd be concerned about. Let's pull that off first. There we go. Oh, that's a little stiff. Didn't seem to have any damage really. And then those couple little scratches. Housing looks perfectly fine. Good, good. So I'll just clean this up. Take a little sandpaper to those gears and it'll be okay. Wash all this right up. I'm wearing gloves all day, and then I do something like that. So here's the little scratches. Maybe you can see them better. Anyways, you can see them kind of. So just gonna hit them with a little sandpaper, make sure that there's no edges on them. Oh, we got another special delivery for this engine. New timing chain. Just the chain, because the gears seem to be in good shape. I got 2 sets of them to choose from, and they're looking good. And it's only a third the price, so I'm cheap. Okay. Once again, I was basically at torque. This is the only torque wrench I need. Torqued. This seal in now. That baby up. Is that enough yet? Starting to be. if I'll rip the threads out, probably. That'd be great if I like hit this and broke the whole spout off of that. That'd be awesome, right? You could laugh and I could cry and it would be great. Have a good old time. She's going. Leave her a little short. Yeah, that's a lot easier. How far in does this go? I don't know. Let's use this thing as a reference. La la la. That's pretty good. Okay, that's the boot in tight. Let's back that off now. Oh. Those aren't supposed to look like that. Oh no. What have I done? I need a light. Damn it. That's not good. Ah! Not good at all. I'm just gonna ignore that for now. Seriously, bro. Didn't feel that hard. Did I remove the threads in the crank? I wonder. I guess I'll chase those threads out then. Let's go now. Oh baby. Beautiful. Out of the garage. Sleeping outside tonight. Easy. Okay, we're just pulling the GMC out this morning. Got a couple flat tires and got battery on this truck, so we got it started up and we're gonna yank her out of there. Get it in the driveway so we can drop that engine in there.
It's really working on this one.
There we go. Just don't mess with your foot. Okay, flex plate bolts. I'm gonna need to turn the motor. Are you serious? Great, now I stripped the front plate bolts. That's awesome. Well, that's a little disappointing. I was hoping to wrap this up before I had to go, but it's not gonna happen this time. I got a stripped crank bolt, I got no alternator. It's gonna be a pain to turn the crank without a bolt in the front, so I'm just gonna call it a day, and maybe I'll post this closer to the time when I can get back here and work on it.